Hello and welcome back to Technical Tales. Well, I thought I'd give you a bit of a status update and let's get some basic machines down and so on. So what I've done so far is basic mining. So I've got my usual 3 wide shaft down to bedrock where I've got a bit of strip mine going. I've got chests full of goodies, lots of stuff that needs processing, which is why I want to get some machines down before I get much further, because so far I've just been smelting stuff in there, and as we know, if you can crush up your ores before you cook them, you get more out of it. Now, there's a new type of block called zirconium, and it comes in 5 different colours: blue, green, red, dark, and light. Now, currently, this thing seems to only be good as a building material. But I have a suspicion that, in the future, there might be, more complex stuff we can do with it. But seeing as it's a block type I've never encountered before, I wanted to make sure I knew what all the different types were. So this block is the most expensive to make because it's actually 9 of those zirconium ores just in a block. Whereas these are actually relatively cheap because it's combining the zirconium with stone. And I really like the look of it. I like the slowly moving pattern. The dark is a little more boring. Might be good for a flooring, maybe. But no, that's really, that's really nice. Incidentally, with the augmented reality goggles that I wear, I've decided to keep the texture pack more or less as it is, although I have upped the resolution a bit, so things should be a little bit smoother. But I'm actually getting used to this basic look. Also, all the other texture packs I came across, the zirconium looked rubbish because they were making the mistake of the brick part here. They were making them a lot smaller, so a single block would have loads and loads and loads of bricks on it, and that just made it look too busy. So when you stood back from it, it just Anyway, so I've just outside I've got a bit of a farm going. Oh, creeper! These things are really explodey. Whoa! I mean, because of lag, they're almost impossible to actually fight hand to hand. There we go. Ooh, I'm almost level 30, which is one of the things I want to do, is make an enchanting table and an enchanting room before I die and lose all those levels again. Right, so I've got a bit of a farm going here with some carrots, potatoes, some wheat, flax, corn, lots of reeds planted around here. And oh yes, there's a volcano there. One thing, I'll turn off my waypoints. How can I back minimap options? Oh, there must be a way to turn them off. Marker options. There we go. Just because visually it's a little annoying. So yeah, so there's a volcano there. It's a nice conical one. Let me see if I can actually get it to load. Now I am having some lag issues. I'm not quite sure why. I mean, I'm the only person here at the moment. So this thing, which I thought was a village, turned out to just be a single tower with just a single guy. So I sort of made him a little protective compound so he doesn't get himself killed. That just isn't loading, is it? It's a little annoying. I think I'm going to have to speak to the server people about this lag. I mean, it might be a ping issue. But you see, the ping there is pretty good, and there's nothing really happening on the server right now. No one's built any machines or anything like that. So, what are my plans? Well, one thing I want to do differently is I don't want to mess up this valley. In the last world, I just shoved quarries everywhere and hollowed out everything and just ruined the landscape. I want to be a little more ecologically friendly this time. And by that, I don't necessarily mean using solar power and wind power and water power and so on, but I mean the look of the place. I want to leave this... I mean, I'm going to have some buildings, I think in the forest over there, but not much. I think a lot of my stuff's going to be inside this mountain. I just wanted to grab some dirt because I spotted some creeper holes out there. Wanted to fill them in. Creepers are a real problem. And of course, part of trying to maintain a natural look means I don't want to put a wall around it. So I'm not quite sure how to secure this place against mobs. I mean, I could just cover the entire place in torches and lights, but... So, we need to get started with some machines in order to process the ore. And I think we'll build them in here. Now, this time I'm deciding to use the machines from thermal expansion in order to make a change. They also have some advantages over the macerator and stuff that I was using before, in that when they crush your metal ores, there's a chance of getting a byproduct, like a bonus thing. Which is pretty good. So, I'm going to need a pulverizer and a powered furnace. So, let's start with pulverizer. There we go. And it makes, basically pulverized forms of all your different things. So this is what I need for it. I need a piston, 2 flints, 2 copper ingots, a redstone reception coil, and a machine frame. Okay. Well, those I can make pretty easily. And that is just a bit of gold and some redstone. So let's start some gold cooking. Like so. Now, the other thing I want to make is a project table. Project tables are really good and can speed up your production of things pretty good. So, chest, crafting table, stone, wood. Now, I have had one of these before, but I never really used them to their full potential. Don't think I've got any spare chests. Should have some wood somewhere. I'll put it in here because this is where most of the action is going to be happening. Let's just plonk him down there. Okay, so one advantage of this, as I was using before, is that when you're crafting stuff up here, it can draw from the inventory here. So you can have a supply of commonly used materials there. But the other thing you can do is here you can put... are they blueprints or project plans or something like that? Basically, you can create a blank piece of paper and teach it a recipe. And then you can just grab the recipe, throw it in there, and start extracting items. Now, for things like pistons and those electronic circuits which you're using over and over again, that's really useful. So, our gold is done. Okay, so we need some iron. I'll just get the materials together that I need in order to craft this. Okay, so I think I've grabbed together all of the ingredients on everything we need. But the first thing we're going to do is make these blank plans, so we can actually start teaching the project table how to automatically make stuff, which will speed things up immeasurably. So for that you need paper and indigo dye. You get indigo dye from indigo flowers. So, oh, there we go. That's nice and simple. So here's enough for 8 plans. So the pulverizer. Okay, so the first thing is a piston. Now we know how to make pistons, but they're always a bit of a pain. So let's lay out a piston. Like so. But now let's drop a blank plan in there and inscribe it. So here we go, piston plan. So if I clear this, now whenever we want to make a piston, we can just drop the plan in there and pull that out and we've got a piston. And the really good thing is if there was an ingredient missing, it highlights it red so you know what it is you're lacking. Now that's really good. So we need a piston. There we go. We need a redstone coil, redstone, gold. Now that's simple enough that it probably doesn't need a plan. I think I can remember this. Oh, yeah, the question mark thing doesn't quite work. So, bit of gold wrapped in redstone gives you a redstone reception coil. And the last thing we need is a machine block. Now, machine frames are used by an awful lot of the thermal expansion stuff. So I think I will make a plan of this. So gold in the middle, iron in the corners, glass. And we've got a plan for that as well now. Okay, oh, I forgot flint. Plenty of it though. So let's move that up to there. Right, so, oh, and copper. 2 bits of copper. I've been finding plenty of copper. So I'm just smelting the minimum I need right now. So let's take a look at the other machine that I want to make as well, obviously, because we want to have a furnace. So, specifically we want a powered furnace. Detector powered furnace. Okay, so another redstone reception coil, another machine frame, bit of redstone, some brick and more copper. So let's grab 2 more coppers and throw them in there. Now, I do have some clay somewhere, so we'll have to make some bricks. I think 8 will do, because 4 of those makes a single block, I believe. And we may as well make another machine frame and redstone coil while we're waiting. Which means I need to cook a little bit more sand. Okay, so I think I've got all the stuff together for these first 2 machines. So we go with the pulverizer, so that's piston, machine frame, redstone reception coil, flint and copper. Piston, machine frame, reception coil, flint and copper, and here we go, the first machine of the new world. Right, and we want the powered furnace. Powered furnace. So similar recipe, except it's got redstone at the top and bricks to the side rather than the flint. So bricks, bit of redstone. Now I don't have another machine block, but I can get another machine frame. Oh, what am I lacking? I am lacking iron. I forgot that machine frames take more iron, so it's probably going to be another bit of gold as well, isn't it? Or did I put an extra bit of gold in? Nope. So I'll be back once those are finished cooking. Okay, I got together those ingredients and some more. Oh, hang on, my microphone Lead is tangled with my chair. Help. Oh, okay, sorry about that. So now I can make the machine frame I need. Get that plan out, and I can put together my powered furnace. So some bricks for installation, and some, was it copper? Okay, I've got copper ingots and copper. That appears to be two different things. What's the uses on copper ingots? Chest upgrades. Apparently I should be able to use copper ingots for the powered furnace. But it isn't working. Not sure why that is. That's a little annoying because I've got 6 of these guys. Okay, that's even... Okay, maybe I've got the recipe wrong. I do, don't I? Okay. Okay, I put the machine frame in the wrong place. How many of you were shouting that? Okay, there we go. So, powered furnace. So we've got ourselves a pulverizer and a powered furnace. So where do we want to put these? I'm going to put the pulverizer there and the powered furnace there. Excellent. Now, these things, well, you know, they require power, but rather than the electricity, which the previous machines were running on, these things use engines. So we're going to need to make ourselves an engine. Now, I've been looking at them all, and the overall cheapest and most efficient is this hobbyist's. The hobbyist steam engine. So, gold nuggets needed for that one. Oh, and I need 4 gold nuggets for that, which is actually more than 1 gold piece. Suddenly this is seeming less good. I thought it was only a single gold piece. Maybe I will go with a normal steam engine rather than this one. Okay, because this one uses redstone transmission coil, which is similar to the redstone reception coil, but uses silver in the center. Is that always silver? Yep, it's just showing different types of silver. Piston and some copper gears, which is copper round iron. I'm going to have to cook up a little more iron, aren't I? Okay, I think I maybe have enough now. So we want a piston. We need a... Hang on, let's get that plan out. We need 2 copper gears, of course. I only made 1. I only made enough iron for 1. I know I could just be cooking up, you know, a stack of these things and then I'll have plentiful supply, but I really want the doubling of my resources which the pulverizer is going to give me. So I don't want to burn too much of it in the boring old-fashioned way. Right, and I need 1 more copper. I really don't seem to be able to count today. Can you mix types? Yes, you can. Excellent. So, steam engine. 2 copper piston. I need the redstone reception coil and 3 more copper. So let's start 3 more copper cooking. And I need a piece of silver as well for the transmission coil. Silver. Now I realise this is all a little bit bitty because I'm just sort of trying to scrape together the resources, but once these machines are up and automated, then I can just dump my stuff in, and that's when we start to get nice supplies. And that's the silver done. So, redstone transmission coil. Not an industrial, that one. Okay. Yep, I should be able to remember that. Piston, coils, copper, and a transmission coil gets me my first steam engine. So where do I want to put my power production? If the machines are there, this stuff's kind of in the way already. Well, I've had a good look at it now for a while, so I think I've got a pretty good idea as to which blocks I want to use where. So those ones take a while to chop. The ones at the top go away really quickly. Okay, so we're going to have machines here, and we're going to want to run power to those things. So in order to run the power, of course, we're going to need use gold. Oh no, this is what I was saving my last 2 pieces of gold for. So that's 8 gold transport pipe, and I need a wooden transport pipe. There we go. And we need to turn them into conductive. So this will actually be able to... So the wooden one extracts the power from the engines, and the gold ones will actually transmit it. There we go. So I want to be able to see whether or not power is building up in this thing, and also it needs to be within 8 of these 2 machines. Let's sink it back into this wall. Let me put these zirconium blocks away. So we can redesign this later, but for now we'll just do this. There we go, and I'll pop my engine on top. I'm going to need a lever. So that should let me turn it on and off. This is very badly placed, I know that. I just want to get these 2 machines working as soon as possible. So, steam engine needs... I've just discovered the advantage of the hobbyist steam engine over this steam engine. The hobbyist steam engine, you can just put water in it. Whereas this steam engine... Oh, hang on. Okay, no, sorry. It has a reservoir. So, do I have a bucket? I'm not sure I've made a bucket yet. Oh no, there we go. Bucket. So I need some water. Probably need an infinite water source. So I'll make one of those. Okay, so we've got ourselves a little infinite water source. So hopefully, yep. Okay, this thing can store 4 buckets of water, which is not brilliant. The hobbyist one can actually store 8 buckets of water. So this one was slightly cheaper when it came to gold, because I didn't have that much and I needed some for the conductive pipe. So for now I'm going to have to manually run this and make sure it doesn't break down and so on. So then it needs a supply of coal. Oh, and it started already. There we go. Let's just turn that off. So, we've got some information here. It says its maximum output is 2 Minecraft joules per tick, or MJTs. Its current power output is 0. Energy stored 0. And you can control how it reacts to redstone. So, control status, what is that? There we go. High, I think, means it needs a redstone signal to turn on. So I prefer the lever to be that way round. So what's good is you can configure which way round that is. So these machines also have a similar thing. So you can see that their maximum power input is 4. So this thing can't actually power these things at full speed. But they do have like an internal buffer. So you can see it's already storing power. You can control whether or not these things get turned on or off by redstone signals. And you can configure which slots they output from. So I know that I want this thing to output from the bottom slot. So you can see these windows. This is the input and it's coloured blue. The output, primary output, is coloured red. Secondary output is coloured yellow. So what I want is, this is the bottom. I actually want both of these to output out the bottom. Blue, red, yellow, both. Okay, so this way both of them are now going to output out the bottom. And I want its input to be from the top. So I want that to be blue. Oh. Disable the sides. Okay, that's the top, that's the sides, this is the back. There we go. Okay, and both of those are coloured red. So, input via the top, output via the bottom. Now this one wants to be slightly different. This one wants to input from the top, so that's already blue. So I will... Oh, okay. That's disabled. This is what I really like about these thermal expansion machines, and I think this configuration might be spreading onto some other machines as well. Actually, I want my output out the side. Deactivate that. Deactivate the bottom. So this one will input by the top and output out the side. So let's quickly make a chest to catch the outputs of the bottom one. So if I put that chest there, when it's done with stuff, it'll shove it out this side and it'll end up in the chest. Okay, so let's start these machines storing some power. And you can see the power, those lines shows the power being distributed. Incidentally, if you start to see power building up in there, it means that, you know, you've got too much and you should probably turn it off. So for now, let's just grab some iron ore and throw it in the top one. There we go. Now again, power usage is only running at 1 and it can be using 4, so this thing's not going to be fast. That's probably because this one is drawing power, building up its internal buffer. Oh look, you can get a little tutorial and information. Smelt things using MJ. Oh, and it's good at cooking food as well. Om nom nom. Smashes things into other things. This is typically not reversible. Nice. It's a nice interface on those things. So this thing's pulverizing the iron. Now currently it's not outputting in any way. But I need some of this iron before I can solve that problem. So you can see each of these irons is turning into 2 pulverized irons. Right, so I'll grab that and throw it into my powered furnace. Now we're really... So this thing is going to be drawing, you know, using its internal buffer because it's built up a bit of an excess. How's this thing doing for water? This thing's going to be tricky to keep supplied with water. But there is a solution to that, which I will get to later. For now, I just have to keep topping it up. Yep, and There we go, the iron's ending up in the chest. Now the reason we're starting with the iron is because I'm going to try and use a hopper to directly connect these two machines. So it needs a stone gear in the centre, a chest and 5 iron. So there's my chest. That's the other good thing about project tables is they remember. Stone gear. So a little more sticks. So we make a stone gear like, well, a wooden gear like that, a stone gear like that. And hopefully by now, oh, go to the chest, my iron is done. So chest, stone gear, and a hopper. Now, to my knowledge, a hopper will accept, well, I'm guessing that a hopper will accept input from the top and stick it out the bottom. So there we go. So this thing is pulverizing. Am I wrong about this? Will it not auto? I was hoping this thing would just automatically pick up the output from here. The output is going down. Notice that in pulverizing... Oh, okay, there we go. Something happened. Ooh. Pulverized ferrous metal ended up in the hopper. But the pulverized iron hasn't. Also, it hasn't fed down... Oh, no. Oh, okay. No, the pulverized iron is flowing through. It's just all down there. But because there was a mixed type, that's the other advantage of a hopper, is it can hold 4 different things at once. So I'm going to make another hopper to go above this pulverizer. So I can just throw all my ores in the top, they'll feed down and end up in the chest. So I need a little more wood. For one more chest and my second hopper. So now that that's there, I can grab a stack of each of the other stuff. So grab a stack of tin, a stack of copper, and some silver. Now that might be all I've got room for at the moment. No, okay, I've got room for one more thing. So, what's going to be most useful? Monzonites. I'll put a stack of lead through. There's a chance of getting gold and stuff with lead, I think. Right, now the only other thing I want to do, I think, before I stop today, is this thing needs a better supply of water. So, how to do that? The easiest thing is going to be an aqueous accumulator, assuming I can build one. Tin, glass, machine frame, bucket, pneumatic servo. Pneumatic servo is just iron, glass and redstone. So I can definitely build one of these things. What are you processing right now? Iron. Silver. Oh, there we go. Copper. I needed some copper, so I just rearranged that a bit. Let's put the iron in rather than the lead. Pulverized ferrous metal. I hope that will turn into copper. Oh no, the copper's coming through now. Now these machines are a little slow because, well, they've got a maximum power of 4. This thing's only producing 2. And because I've got 2 machines, I would need 4 of these engines in order to keep both of these fully powered. So I might expand the power later. Oh, this thing needs tin. I don't really have anything dealing with tin at the moment. I don't have any tin. Unless I threw it in here without realising. Oh no, tin. There we go. Right, let's empty everything else out of the system so we can get some of that tin through. There we go. Copper, silver, iron. I think still working on some pulverized copper. Well, I just realised that I need another piece of gold, which I don't have. So, don't want him breaking my door. So, there's a 5% chance for each piece of copper I pulverize that I will get gold. So, I've started that going through, but that's quite a low chance. So, I think I'm going to have to go and try and find some gold. I've really never had much luck finding gold. Gold, redstone and diamonds. Rather rare in this world. My pick's almost run out, so I don't have any more gemstones to make another one. So let me make. I'm gonna grab the iron for an iron pick, or let's make an iron pick. And I'm gonna have to go find some gold. Okay, so I came back up because I realised that I'd left the steam engine running without any water in it. Well, or it was going to in danger of running out of water. And I've just checked here, and I actually have 3 pulverized gold from the copper that I'm smelting. So that's pretty good. So we're gonna we're gonna make sure that we process that gold. Let's put this pulverized stuff back. I've refilled this with water, so now I've got that gold, I can make myself the aqueous accumulator, I believe. So I need a machine frame. So let's just wait for the gold to come out. One machine frame. I need a bucket above it, and I've got a bucket, I suppose. Can save some resources at the moment by doing that. Glass either side, tin either side, and a pneumatic servo. So iron, glass, redstone. Here we go, an aqueous accumulator. Now, this does not require power. And now, if you just put it down, it will slowly absorb water from the atmosphere. But that is a bit slow. So a better bet is to put a water source block on either side of it. I am going to have to make another bucket, aren't I? So, let's turn this off for the moment while we work out the best place for this. Now, we're also going to need some waterproof piping. So, cactus. Cook this cactus green a bit. Are these things still working? No, they've run out of power now. They didn't really have a chance to build up anything. Okay, so I'm going to have to have a water pipe heading into there. So the best place for that's going to be out the back. And then down. Or it could just be embedded in this wall, but then if I hollow out later, it might cause a problem. So the aqueous accumulator could go there, and I put a water source block on either side of it. Don't like the idea of it being on gravel, but let's... So let me make that bucket. You always need a bucket, so it's not a waste. Oh, let's actually fill it with water. So the reason why it fills with water a lot more with a water source block on either side is because essentially this is an infinite water source block. So the aqueous accumulator takes the position of the infinite water source block. So if I pop him down and take a look, there we go. Pretty quickly, each one of those is a bucket of water. And he will output at that speed. So he's set to output from every face, that's fair enough. You can turn him off with the redstone signal if you want to. But I see no reason to do that. So here's our cactus green. So I can take one of my wooden transport... Actually, I don't need wood, do I? I don't think I need wood to extract from this thing. So I just need some cobblestone transport pipe, which I will then waterproof. No, okay. I've forgotten how to make waterproof pipe. Oh, I've got to turn the cactus green into pipe waterproofing first. There we go. There we go. So this thing currently only has that much water. Hopefully once I connect this, it will fill up nice and quickly. Now I could have used gold, but obviously gold is a little short for me right now. That should be fast enough to keep this steam engine in water. Let's find out. It is only fast enough for a single steam engine, probably. Now, I'm curious if you put more water around the aqueous accumulator, will it accumulate faster? Because then later on I could swap for gold waterproof pipe, which will move the water quicker. Let's just have a quick look. Nope, more than 2 water source blocks will not provide an increase. But it's a relatively cheap machine. I mean, the only thing about it is the machine block, which has a gold bit in it. Other than that, it's just iron, glass, whatever. So if necessary, I could make an aqueous accumulator for each of these steam engines. But there's probably a better solution that I'll come up with down the line. So yeah, so as you can see, it's keeping it topped up with water nicely. So as long as these things require power. Now the other advantage of steam engines now is that if these things do sit idle and store up a maximum amount of energy, this thing will start burning the coal slower. So it can be very efficient. So everything is cooking through. And that's it. It's very simple. But it's enough to get me all of my ores processed. Which is very important for getting started in the world. Actually, I'm going to cook up which of these blocks am I going to want to build with next? I'm going to start cooking up some of this zirconium. The stuff I think I'm going to want. Because next episode, we're actually going to build a building. So that's it. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye bye. Quick addendum, I've added a second steam engine, and the single accurate accumulator is able to keep them both topped up. So later on, once I've processed a bit more, I might try adding a third, and then keep an eye on it. So everything is filtering through quite nicely. This pulverized lead was stuck there and it was stopping the copper from processing. I got the lead because I was processing silver. See, this is the advantage of the pulverizer over the macerator, is you get this percentage chance each time of this bonus stuff. So I've just gotten some free bonus lead. As I pulverize this copper, there's a very good chance I'll get bonus gold. So once again, bye bye.